Greetings, this is Planning Material and Development, Group 4, and welcome to our presentation. David Nicole developed 10 principles of good assessment, which provides a substructure of reference for the theory and practice in higher education. His research focused on the improvement and learning that emphasized the need of providing support for students and the need of feedback. It also showed the importance of helping students become independent and able to improve their own academic performance. His objectives for this research was to give clarity on what good performance is, to motivate time spent on academics by students, the ability of students to handle challenging tasks, and to improve excellent feedback that would help students correct themselves.
Greetings everyone, my name is Kabelo Maria Sitaise and I will be presenting the first two principles of David Nicole. Principle 1 focuses on helping students define what a good performance looks like. Students often struggle because they don't know what is expected. Teachers can discuss assessment criteria and show examples of a good work and use rubrics to explain standard. AI tools like ChatGPT and Grammarly can help by showing model answers and explain what the high quality work look like. Principle 2 encourage students to spend time and effort on a complex learning task. Learning happens through consistent engagement, not a last-minute study. Teachers can use regular assessment and self-assessment and break big tasks into a smaller part. AI platform can remind students of a deadline and give minute tests and promote self-directed. Thank you.
My name is Sibusiso Kantintili, and I will be outlining Principle 3 according to David Nicole, specific to delivering high quality feedback that helps students and learners to self-correct. First, it is time that the feedback ought to be time-based, that we attend to a problem as soon as possible before it escalates any further. Secondly, it is to be specific and to be descriptive, that the feedback it is specific in nature and it is not general. So that as students, when we are self-correcting, we are clear as to whether what do we need to attend to specific to improve ourselves. And lastly, it is actionable, that the feedback ought to be practical in nature, so that when student is going to self-correct themselves, they are going to use a formula that can be implementable and practical in nature. Thank you.
Greetings everyone, my name is Nobuhle Telezi and I'll be tackling Principle 5 and 6. With regards to Principle 5, David Nicole claims that feedback should be able to promote dialogue and interaction in order for the learning process to occur. And this is consistent with the constructive classical learning theory, which encourages social interactions in order to learn. And what are the principle's benefits? The first one is that it helps with clarifying the feedback because students get to ask questions if they don't understand. This also encourages active learning. It also reinforces collaboration. Moving on to principle number 6, David Nicole claims that feedback should be able to facilitate the development of reflection and self-assessment. And this is consistent with the cognitive classical learning theory. The disadvantages of the principle is that, first of all, it is very time consuming because of the back and forth of the process. 2, some students might prefer teacher judgment over self-judgment. 3, there's a risk of the assessment being subjective.
David Nicole's principle on giving learners choice in assessment emphasizes involving students directly in deciding what they will be assessed on and how they'll demonstrate their learning. This principle challenges the traditional idea that teachers alone design and control assessment. Instead, Nicole invites us as students to see assessment as a collaborative process, something done with students, not to them. When learners are given a voice in these decisions, they become active participants in shaping their learning journey. This approach shifts assessment from being something imposed by teachers to something co-created with students. By offering genuine choice, for example, letting students decide whether to submit a written essay, give a presentation, or design a digital project, we recognize that there are many varied ways to demonstrate understanding. Each format draws on different strengths and skills, which helps students express what they know in ways that feel meaningful to them.
Good day, my name is Baka Mahachani, and I'll be taking you through principle number 9 and principle number 10. We see that it's good assessment and feedback practice to support the development of learning communities where we encourage shared knowledge and learning activities between students of common interest. It's good for them, it's good even way past their qualifications. These are created in LMS systems where group panels and group discussion boards create a platform for these type of discussions. For principle number 9, we see that it's good to help teachers adapt teaching to the student needs, where the teacher gets to understand who is the learner prior to teaching, during teaching, and after teaching. With the LMS systems, the data-driven insights create dashboards that allow the teacher to understand who is this learner and how to adapt this information and teaching content. Thank you.
My name is Mtehono Narine, and I'm going to add a few points on the conclusion. Appropriate assessment and feedback practice principle underscore learning communities and teaching that must be geared towards addressing the needs of different students. The first point is assessment as learning. Assessment should not only be knowledge or evaluation, it should also aid in the lifelong learning process. Second point is clarity and transparency. The meetings are purposeful with definite rules and standards that helps to promote confidence and minimize uncertainty. Moving to active involvement. This involves engaging in challenges, tasks, and thinking and reflect, which is a good enhanced critical thinking and long-term recall. Learning communities have teachers, students, peers, conversations, which gives positive feedback. Moving to technology and innovation. AI and LMS tools make the learning process more personalized and automate it and expand learning opportunities. Moving to student-centered focused. With the implementation of these concepts, the performance of the students is enhanced and the students are equipped with skills and attitude that would make them ready to succeed in life or in the future. Thank you.
Good day, my name is Devo Maluka and I'll be taking you through recommendations for presentations. Firstly, bridging the gap. Bridging the gap between theory and practices is where we move from our conclusion into recommendations. Educators should clarify expectations. Students perform better when they clearly understand the goals, the standards, and assessment criteria before beginning any task. Secondly, need to promote active engagement by designing challenging and reflective learning activities that encourage deeper understanding and sustained effect. Thirdly, use feedback constructively. Provide feedback to both timely and detailing, helping learners to reflect on improve their performances. Fourthly, supports growth, reflection, and lifelong learning.